Good morning from Laos, here in Luang Prabang. How is everybody doing today? We are live. Monday, September 16th, 2024. I'm excited to be back with you guys. We'll do another hour live stream. As usual, feel free to let us know where you're from when you join the live stream and bring any questions you have about Lao. For today, I wanted to clarify. How's it going, Rick? What's up, Rick? How you doing, man? I feel like I should just let the stream run a bit. You know what I mean? I wonder, do other streamers just like let it run until people join? Because I feel like I always chat away. Should just take you into the kitchen and cook some food with me. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. Where are you tuning in from again, Rick? Well, it's been a great week. We got a lot of videos out. Still need to fix. Oh, that's right, Tennessee. Still need to fix all the thumbnails so that they're nice for the videos, but I'm back at it. Finally got my good morning. Hey, Art. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, the roosters are awake and going for it this morning. It's 8 o'clock. I should not be going for it right now, but they are. Dumb? Dumb? No? Somebody can talk on? Huh? Honey? Come here. Oh, yeah, you're a good boy. I know. He's a gentleman. Yeah. People are going to roast me for having a dog in the house. I know it. Hey, I got a huge house with nothing in it, and I'm all by myself here. And, you know, when you meet a very gentleman-like dog, you wonder, how did the neighbors teach this dog to be so well behaved? But yes, I have a friend. His name's Black Dumb in Lao, and he hangs out here a lot with me and walks in the neighborhood with me. How long have you been trip all over Asia, and where all have you been? Ooh, good question. Unfortunately, a little bit about me is wow, even I first went to Thailand when I was quite young, not even 20. That's where I got into Thai and Lao in the very beginning on the east side. And yeah, and then I went back to Thailand after I tried to do the corporate life back home and decided right out of school, I got the big job and I was like, this isn't it. I want to be in Asia. I knew I wanted to be in Asia because I could already speak Thai. So I went to Thailand and I actually wanted to do this YouTube, podcasting. Did Thailand and I did China and Vietnam because I don't know, I guess I was young and naive and didn't believe that I could really do it. And when I got to Thailand, I did the same thing as a lot of people. You try to find a job to survive instead of just following what you really know you want to be doing and try to make it. You know, you're young, you think you got to have the job, you got to be safe. Yeah, and I didn't go for it, and I just started getting into teaching and taught at the international school in China and then in Vietnam and then back home a couple times, Mexico. Yeah, all over the place, my man. And loving learning languages everywhere I went, but honestly, I did take a break there. There was a period of time I was just not myself, and so I didn't do the things that made me really happy, which is being out there talking to people. So I didn't learn Vietnamese like I should have. My Chinese is pretty good. I should have been out there with the local people a lot more. I was more with a lot of like mixed group of Chinese that spoke English and international people from all over the world. in Shanghai. But now I'm doing exactly what I've been wanting to do for, geez, since college, and I'm just gonna never quit because, hey, as long as I can have a couple bucks to eat and keep on being able to film and go talk to people and learn languages and share culture and these amazing people that you meet out here with the rest of the people on YouTube, I'm gonna keep on going, man. Like, for me, this is exactly what I enjoy doing. I get to be out and help people when I want. I get to be out and talk to people. And just the other day, I live in a Tai Lu village now. So actually, I just got some photo. Of course, whatever village you live in, you gotta support the locals in your village. Sometimes it's not even the best price, like, but the people in your village, you know what I mean? So, uh, yeah, I support everybody in my village. Like the lady down the road sells coffee, pretty expensive for like a Thai Lao coffee, a cold coffee. Usually it's like 10, 15,000. She sells for 20. It's a little bit more, but I buy there most days because she's in my village. And I buy khao sai from the neighbor here. I buy pho from the neighbor over there. And I sit and I learn Tai Lu from her, the pho place. She's teaching me some Tai Lu. So then when I actually get to Tai Lu village, I'll be a little bit better. This is a Tai Lu village, but it's an old Tai Lu village. Well, for shit's sakes, I hope I didn't lose you guys. My bad. I mean, I just connected to my phone because I'm not gonna fight with this. I don't know what's going on. Call the technicians to have them come out and do what? Check it again? Like, it seems to be quite fast. My videos seem to upload faster than the other places I've been living, which is really good because that gives me way more time to keep editing and doing everything else instead of waiting 4 or 5 hours for it to load. But now, I don't know why the internet is not liking my live stream on StreamYard the last 2 times. It's very frustrating, but if my phone work, then we'll be golden. Rick says, I wish when I had retired from the army, I would have done that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I even edited out of the video the other day. This video of me going down the mountain and through the through Luang Prabang, I edited out a part where I said, I was talking to myself, really, just like, this is crazy. Who does this? Like, doesn't have a real job and just goes around filming, speaking the languages with people and experiencing local culture and volunteering where they can. Like, it's not real life, is it? But it's what makes me happy. And we're gonna keep on sharing Lao with everybody. I think it shows Lao from a very interesting angle. Like everywhere I go, like I find it so interesting when you understand, like really start to understand what's going on. And yeah, like I was talking about, this lady at the Tailu village that sells food here. This is the ancient Tailu village. Not everybody speaks Tailu. Actually, not really anybody, because that's one of my missions being here was to find Tailu speakers so I could learn. So when I go to full-on Tailu village, especially like in the distant future, maybe in the next year, I'm kind of thinking for like a go over to southern China where they speak Tailu, you know, right across the border, ride the train, but that's down the road. I these languages they extend of the Thai language family. They extend up into southern China. You have the Tailu, you have the Zhuang, and I'd love to do some language type of excursions up to places like that, or even in within Lao, but go to these villages where they speak more solely that dialect, this language. I mean, call it dialect. Really, it's its own language. Tailu. Dialect. I mean, it's in the Thai language family. It's probably would be more like a dialect of Lao and Thai, though. It's not really like so different. Anyhow, yes, I was sitting here chatting with them, and I'm like, wait a second. What are you guys speaking? Because I'm like, I'm able to put together what they're saying, but I could tell like a lot of the shifts in the language were happening. So I'll have to film. Oh, I did film when I was there that day. I was filming. No, I passed by there the day I filmed, and then I said I'd come back. Yeah, I don't think I filmed there, but we will film there for sure. Getting some photo, talking to them because she doesn't speak uh, Lao. She speaks Tailu, and so she's changing. A lot of the consonants are being changed. Like yesterday, I was saying something to them, speaking to them, and one lady was making a joke, calling me Janwa, Janwa. You recognize from Lao, it would be San Wow, but in Tailu they say Janwa, which, yeah, in, interesting change shift in language. That's what we're doing. I got a video that I'm gonna put out today. Should finish it today, pretty sure. And for those of you that are tuning in, it'll be another pretty intense ride, but up to an absolutely stunning tropical paradise in the mountains for lunch. Plan was to explore, but it was pretty rainy, and the bike ride was the ride up there was way more than I had expected. It was way more challenging, and I had nothing left in me to wander the garden, to wander all over the place. Okay, this is the fish salesman. If you heard that, if you ever know what the annoying beep is, it's just a fish salesman with like a broken horn. The first time I heard it a couple times, like, what? Every day? What? Who? Okay, yeah, selling fish. So, yes. But for as visas, since we're talking about visas today, there has been a change. I think we mentioned it in the last live stream. There has been a big change in the visas for the rest of this year. That will be 60 days upon arrival now. So everybody is granted a 60-day visa, and you pay for standard price. It's like what is it? A little over $40. You need to prepare your USD, and you'll get 60 days. It used to be just like Lao Americans would tend to be the ones that would get 60 days when they arrived, and most everybody else would get 30. Now they've put it out there. It's official. It is 60 days. They're trying really hard to push for the end of the year to get for their Visit Lao 2024 initiative. Uh, so 60 days when you arrive, and then you can extend one time here in the country. So a total of 90 days, like it's always been. So you're not getting any extra time, but you do save money if you're trying to stay for longer, since you don't have to do two renewals. You just get the first 60 days. That is a pretty awesome deal. So you would spend $70 for 90 days instead of 110, $115. It'd be a little over 70, almost 80. But yeah, as far as flooding right now, it's what can we do? You need to look out for the opportunities to help if you want to help. I would look for small organizations. I would look for small organizations where you can keep your fingers crossed that most of that money is making it to the people that need it and not into the pockets of the people helping. That tends to be the challenge in a lot of places. When you want to donate and help, the organizations take most of it, and the people see very little. So try to find people that you can trust, little organizations to donate. And if you're here, look for opportunities to help, because as the water recedes, that's when the help's going to be needed to clean up, to help people rebuild, and whatnot. No wife, no girlfriend yet. Not yet, my man. Not yet. I just saw that one. So the flooding in all over has been quite extreme. We reached the max capacity for all the dams recently in the last couple of days. Or was it last week? Anyhow, they had scheduled when water was going to be released. So as of yesterday, I'm pretty sure, and day before, I'm pretty sure VNT and a lot of villages, even in VNT and Nong Khai and across the border, is flooding. A lot of places. Luang Prabang has not gotten much worse from the beginning, and it's just mostly there's not really a whole lot of areas affected right now. It was just like a place right on the bank, a couple of places that if they're like down on the bank, they are underwater. But for the most part, I feel like in Luang Prabang we're doing pretty good. But I may be completely wrong. I try to check the news. It seems like life is normal here, so it's hard to really say. I've seen it. I've seen the flooding down there. The river's very high. Yeah, I'm gonna look for a chance to see if we can't help with something. We'll see where I can volunteer. That would be nice. But I have no idea. I haven't seen anything online. I even posted to see if I can't find any teams that are trying to organize themselves to help as the flooding recedes. I've also heard, though, that we are in for another typhoon, but I don't know for sure. Is there another typhoon? I'm going to look on Google right now. Is there another typhoon? After Yagi, let me see. Yeah, not coming up with any news, so Coming to Laos. No, I don't think so. Yeah, everybody's having floods all of South. And this is the rainy season and typical time for things to flood. So not surprising, but this added super typhoon really pushed things over the edge. I think we had floods like in '66 and like 2008. I think I saw that somewhere statistic, and it looks like we are exceeded that now. But yeah, with the flooding, it's just not much they can do. They got to release the dams, but there is always the question, right? If there wasn't dams, would things? I don't know. You'd have natural flooding. That's the thing. It's just this. We live in the jungle where we have a monsoon season and it rains like this. So I don't quite understand the like. I do feel a little bit like people freak out every year, where it's like, this is why houses have been built on stilts for centuries. This, like you want to test nature, and this is what can happen. This is the normal season, and this happens every season. There's flooding, so like you know, it's not like this crazy disaster out of nowhere. That's why I am a little surprised with how they add like. Yes, everybody needs help, but they do this every year, and you're like, well, uh, you know, house on stilts maybe, or something different, preparation, something. Like, this is a normal occurrence. This is how the weather works and nature works here. And even if there wasn't dams, then it would flood somewhere because the river's gonna rise and it's gonna like, that's just how it's always worked. It's what this land is so good for, so good for planting rice. That's why it's the rice bowl of the world, like we get all that rain and all that coming down from the Himalayas as well. So normal for flooding. Okay, somebody else has some information. Typhoon Bebinka. I knew that sounds familiar. That rings a bell. Okay, we got another one. Typhoon Bebinka. I'm gonna look that up. I'm curious to know because I mean, for me, being that I like to be outside, doing whatever it is, talking to people, exercising, adventures. Most of it requires being outside. These typhoons are not my favorite thing to be stuck inside. I really do think that's why my time in Vietnam I struggled a lot because it's right on the coast and it rains in 6 months out of the year. Uh, yeah, I need sunshine and be out and about. Typhoon Bedinka. Oh, it's hitting Shanghai. Is that going to affect us? I mean, if anything hits southern China, like heavy rains, it's coming down to us, guys. Like these rivers, they run down through us, through Southeast Asia, and into the sea. Yeah, well, I don't know about that one. It's like way up in Shanghai, so. But I thought I heard about another one. No more St. Paul. I do not know what that is. No more St. Paul. I don't know what that is, but you can explain and I'll answer. Yeah, I hope we don't get another one. I mean, it's typical for rainy season, so I'm used to trying to make the most of it and just get out and do stuff. But it really was like just raining, and then you never knew when it was gonna rain. Really, really crazy, like crazy storm, scary, where you're like, oh, I don't want to be on that. So you didn't really know when. Oh no, no, no! I am in now. I am in Lumpur. I moved to Lumpur. Yeah, you check my videos. Uh, yeah, I've just moved to Lumpur at the beginning of August. Yes, the floods are worse this year than average, but nothing like 2011. I have no idea about that one. Is that the Thai floods? Because I thought ours here were 66 in 2008, but that could be wrong. Could be 2011. I'm terrible with dates. You're being somebody that was like basically a history major. And then my art, I'm an arts bachelor of arts in Asian studies, but and I'm terrible with dates and history. I like geography, languages. And I do like the history and how it connects, but man, I stink remembering dates. Remember languages now. So what gives? FC Swana K, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining. Yes, I'm so hungry. I'm about to just chow down on this pho. Go grab some eggs, throw a bunch of eggs in there. Breakfast of champions. Don't forget our. This is the key ingredient right here. Not pet pao. In Thai, it's just pig pao. Nam pig pao. No, I can't remember, man. I'm getting so bad sometimes. Obviously, my language base was Thai, but now sometimes I start to question myself. um, Especially with adding so much right now. Like Lumpur has been an absolute win, huge decision from the for in the most positive direction possible. I couldn't have imagined it to be as eventful as it has been. Every day seems like learning something new, walking my door, and I'm talking about just different languages all around. Hmong, Thai, Northern Lao. So yeah, lots of opportunities to volunteer here. Uh, Different organizations. Um, so I'll cover those as well as I go to each place. I'm look, yeah. There's a bunch of different ones, and then we'll see what else is out there. There's a couple that are well known. Big Brother Mouse, and My Library. Uh, we'll get those in, but yeah, I apologize to everybody and I felt so bad about August. It really hurt the channel. I also feel bad because we've been not that big of a deal to post a video or two each week. So now we're a little backlogged, and we're going to be having a lot of videos all the videos right now are from the beginning from August, and I'm just going to put out a video every day, I think, until I catch us up, which, yeah, we got enough for every day for a moment, for a while. And I'm still out there filming every day because I enjoy it. It's hard for me to leave and not take the camera. I'd like, because I'm afraid I'm gonna miss good stuff. Like I'm talking to those ladies at the pho shop every time I go there, and then she's talking Thai, and it's just so different. And I want, but at the same time, it's like I need to have some times where I just No, I take it on walks. So I take it with me on my bike ride or my walks. It means I don't get to fully just what do you want to call it? It hinders my movement, so I don't get to enjoy just having a walk or having a bike ride. I have to like mess with the camera, holding it and whatnot. So uh, yeah, but I try to just always want to have it with me. It's the everyday stuff that's so much fun that makes me happy, and I think people will enjoy seeing. And uh, yeah, I always find something interesting when I'm out on my bike or walking around to share. For me, I look at it from a perspective of as whatever 22, 23-year-old Barry that was in college studying what would I want to experience at that time, and that's what I'm doing. What would I want to learn? What did I want to see? Instead of sitting in those classrooms with people and teachers that I don't know. A lot of times they didn't even have that much experience in the country or whatnot. It was just a lot of history, a lot of book, a lot of reading, and I just wanted to be out experiencing and seeing stuff. And so we're here, and we're just gonna film all that stuff. Like I actually can't believe I haven't just walked down and filmed the chicken fights here because it's right next door. I pass it all the time. But man, not feeling like a hangover. Will be a lot of fun. So that's on the list of things as well. The chicken fights. That'll be a fun one to translate for people. Uh, I'll have to do subtitles on that one. You're gonna notice that some of the videos. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Gail. Good morning. Good morning. My last video, I didn't do subtitles. Uh, yeah, it might. Some of them I might do them. Some of them I might not. It just depends. I want a video out possibly every day. Uh, definitely. If not every day, every other day. So there will be some videos probably won't have subtitles, but if it's a really important, then I will add them. Yeah, this last video, what I just had some conversations, really just basic, like buy stuff off the side of the street, and I thought, you know what, it's only short. It's not that big of a deal. Just a little stop here and there. So it wasn't a lot allowed. But this video coming up from today probably should have at least. Yeah, I know exactly where I need to translate. So there'll be some subtitles. I'm excited. I like Luang Prabang food. Chao bong. Yeah, chao bong is good here. I like how every place has its own variety. Like things are made quite different here, especially after I was down south on date for 6-7 weeks. So I really was eating like the people on the island there, and they cook things so different than here. Uh, definitely, both very good, very different. But that goes for in general. Like people have their own recipes for all this stuff, so you can get different tasting Xiaobong everywhere you go, really, from different vendors. But there will be kind of more of a standard for how it's made in the different locations. And the standard here is very, very good. It's very good. I actually would say maybe they have a little bit more like I'd say on Dundee, because it's an island, they just didn't have as many fresh. It's just not as much access to fresh stuff. Like here, maybe the climate and everything, it just really lends well to growing everything. And it's everything's very fresh, very delicious. All the fruit, veg. I think down south, you start getting further and further down south. It's very dry for a lot of the year, and it's a little bit harder to grow stuff. Uh, yeah, freshness and juiciness and all that of the vegetables and fruit is on another level here in London. Makes, I would say the noodles are also quite good. I don't know if people homemade or whatnot, but the noodles are very, very, very good. Switch back to the internet and see if that works. Oh, we're back. I can't win with this stream. It's a bummer. Use my phone. It's Lao Telecom today. Let's see. Not today. Tomorrow. Before our next stream, we'll talk to Lao Telecom. See what I can do. Like I said a million times, that I need to talk to them and see what I can do. I can't just get whatever the best option for my phone. That way I never have to worry about having problems with the live stream. I really want to have a quality live stream for you guys. And it doesn't make sense because the internet here in Laos can be lightning fast. And in other spots, it can be unreliable. But for the most part, I've never had a problem, so strange. All right, y'all, we've only hit 36 minutes, and I'm so hungry. Should have changed this to Barry Eats, not Live and Loud. Like, we just meet once a week to make some food and chit chat. It would really make the live stream really easy just to like be chatting while we cook some food. But it's not like I really cook. Come on now. It'd be more like chatting while I eat some food. When I was walking, okay, I want to go back to that. From my experience, Unitel is better. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that I only did the flipping 4 months, or it's 3 months, but they give you a month free. I asked people when I came to, I was like, which one should I get? Lao Telecom or Unitel? And they said Unitel is faster, but then when I came into this place, they were just like, oh, it's the same or whatever. Shouldn't have listened. Should have tried again. I use Lao Telecom for my phone, and I don't even know, like, it's spotty with my phone. If Unitel's better, then I wish there was a way to really know. Back to this one. When I was walking in Minbury, I saw there some cockfighting going on. I was thinking of checking it out, but a couple people were giving me a dirty eye. They were probably because I get this, very weird and nothing. I'm gonna pronounce your name, Yoan. Nothing against what you're saying. I really get this a lot here, and I do feel like people are projecting maybe from like what they feel back home, like because they feel like it's something illegal back home, but it's not a problem here. It really is not. Like there's literally a ring right here, a ring right there, a ring over there, like, and there's people parked, like vans, and there's a whole crowd on Saturday and Sunday. It's not like this is like some backyard, whatever you want to call it, like backyard gambling scam thing with a bunch of drug addicts. Like you hear locals will always talk about that. They're like, I'll be like, I want to go watch the cockfights in the local neighborhood. They're like, be careful of the meth heads. And, it's the same thing as back home, like people back home would say the same thing. Be careful of like, the hooligan, you're just like, okay, yeah, there's going to be good and bad people where you go. But this isn't even like a backyard little thing. Like this is at I almost called it, I want to say like I almost called it the bowling ring or something like that. But yeah, it's at the what do you call it? English. Macboon, the pétanque in French, the ball game. They have like that everywhere too. You'll have it's very popular here. Like people hang out and they have beers and they have food and they play like pétanque, the ball game, and they have the cockfighting ring sometimes in the same place. And at this place on Saturday and Sunday, right down the road from me, I'm gonna go check it out because it's like for real. The people enter their chickens into uh, whatever, if it's a league or a tournament every weekend. But I saw the poster. You'll see in an upcoming video. I haven't even got to that video where I actually we went there and played Magwood, and I was with another, not a YouTuber. He's a streamer, but he streams all over here in Laos and Southeast Asia. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna definitely go back for a Saturday, Sunday cockfighting tournament and film. Like nobody, if anybody has a problem, I would be surprised because it's like big poster advertising it with like the people pay to enter their chicken, and people pay, they get a prize money for the winner. It seems like it's not a scam or anything. They're definitely big parents. Yeah, I would imagine it sounds like a normal thing, and I don't know. I never, I can't speak on it because I haven't experienced it. So all of that stuff is just like, do I know somebody that's had that happen? No. I heard about it all the time when people talk about, oh, they got raided for playing cards, or they got raided for whatever illegal gambling, running numbers, or whatever it is. And but people do that a lot all over Asia. But they, whatever run, it's a little different. I don't know. And Laos seems pretty like. I'm sure that there are like gambling is so popular. I'm sure there's people running numbers and there are people doing all that stuff. But I have no idea about it, and I'm not really that interested in that side of things. But I would say that the chick cockfighting seems fairly normal. I don't think even in oil there, John was like, "Oh, be careful, gambling and this." And I'm like, "Come on, dude! Like, why gambling? Like, gonna be rated here? This is seems way too big of a place just to be doing some illegal stuff here. Like, it's right out in the open and huge." These, so I'm gonna try it. So that's a Saturday, Sunday. I'll go this next weekend. I need to. I always forget, and then I pass by it on the weekend. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? It's perfect. Just wander over there. Yeah, I did find it a little weird when I was there last time because one of the things I noticed in Lao, and I don't know if I'm going to be corrected harshly on this one, is there tends to be a lot of underage service, and for it to be like a drinking spot, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't talk on it. I don't know. That's where I felt like I was getting. Sometimes it was a little strange with filming there, and like, because I just had this feeling like there's no way these girls are 18, but they're dressed like, a service or hostess would dress, and they're like, little teenagers. You're like, okay, that's strange, but I guess, yeah, it's just strange because they're like chatting with the guys playing and all that, and you're like, that seems strange to me. But I'm not going to speak too much on that because I might get, I don't know what's going on there. เป็นกำลังใจให้พี่น้องล่วงนำทางมุ่งกำลังขอบใจหลายๆเด้อ The flooding is not too bad here. Like, I don't want to downplay anybody's suffering, but it really was like only some places that have been built down on the bank of the river. Anything that's up on the bank, like normal, is pretty much okay here in Wilkeba. The visa update is what we spoke on last time. That's official. I think last time we talked about the 60 days on arrival. Getting that visa when you arrive, your tourist visa, it is 60 days. I think last time we said we weren't sure if it was true or not. We're gonna ask, but yeah, it's definitely true. Uh, and you'll get 60 days when you arrive instead of the normal 30 days, which is nice because I think, like I said, most of the time I would see Lao Americans get a 60-day when they arrive, but for the rest of us it was 30. So it's nice 30 days for everybody coming into Lao until the end of 2024, and then it's back to 30 days. And you can extend that once here in Laos for that grand total of 90 days, which is still the same. Yes. All right. We did visa updates, we did flooding updates, we did video updates. I could talk about what's going on here all day long because I enjoy chatting about what we get out here and do, what I get out and do here. But maybe save it for the videos. There's a lot of fun stuff, a lot of interesting stuff. Yes, sir. Um, Today it's nice and it looks like it's gonna rain. Actually, it's fairly nice though, but it looks like. You know what I love here is that when it looks like rain, it's like the clouds are just down on the mountains. It's kind of foggy. It's a nice touch to the atmosphere here in Lumpur. Should we go check it out? Actually, I think we should. Let's see. Should we disconnect that first? Disconnect. Disconnect. Let's go check it out. Stairs. It is a nice, cloudy, foggy day. I think it's going to rain at some point. Definitely. Thai village. Pull up a chair here. Parts of Thailand. Parts of Thailand are getting hit hard by the floods. Some people got stuck for days without food. Yeah. I don't know really much of how we could help people, you know? Like, I've seen some relief efforts, but yeah, maybe I'll get more in some better context for the future because it's going to be like this. This is a yearly thing when it rains a lot. Maybe not necessarily really bad every year, but there's going to be some flooding pretty much every year if you have a heavy rainy season. And this year was pretty heavy. Yes, people struggling, and I'm like, I wish I knew of the organizations. I just didn't see a lot. I saw one, it was pretty good. But yeah, just to like get out there and help people get out of if they're trapped or if they had no water or food. definitely. People mostly just told me, just wait till the water recedes and then help. And I'm like, it's a very typical thing. Here, especially, I always feel like people are like, it's okay, you got time. It's like, yeah, and then nothing gets done. Or you miss it. You miss opportunities. So I hope we can get out there. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking for ways, something like just to volunteer my time. I can help. You know, if they want money, that's a different story. But if they want, somebody that could give their time to go help people, yeah, I can go help. So let me see what I can find, and then when I do, I definitely will post it. If anybody is out there that wants to help, they can help. I just don't have any contact of a reputable organization that I personally know that they take the funds and the funds get directly to the people. It's important to me. So I wouldn't just until I knew that. No, if you're helping, you don't. It's not. You're not getting paid to help. What the heck is that? You know what I mean? So, uh, yeah. If I find out anybody knows of any, then I'll put it out there. Can donate and help. The military always steps in to help. The rescue volunteers are always there too. Yeah, I'll go help. Jeez Louise. Show me what to do. Where do I volunteer? Yeah, I've looked on Facebook. I posted on Facebook. I didn't hear anything. So, want to know what organizations are there out there? I mean, it's got to be some place where they can use help, right? Anyhow, we'll figure it out. My stream is doing fine up here on the balcony. That's a good sign. The mountains are in the clouds. All right, let's go back downstairs. Cool. Anybody coming to Laos in the near future? You're not really going to have to worry about the flooding, I don't think. If you are, it'll be receded by the time you get here. The water will have receded. That's my guess. ID from Hawaii. How are you? Visa change. Wish there was a way to pin a comment in the chat. You know what I mean? So the visa change is just a positive change. They are giving everybody a 60 days when you arrive. This had been talked about for a while, but a lot of people weren't sure if it was true or not. It is official. For the rest of 24, when you pay for your tourist visa like normal, you will get 60 days, and you can extend that once in the country for another 30. So you get 90 days total, which is the norm. You always, in the past, have been able to get 90 days, but you had to extend twice because you only got 30 days each time. So this is your initial tourist visa. Somebody from Japan. Wow, I don't think I have anybody from Japan. That's cool. That's very cool. Awesome. Guys, we're reaching that hour point. Any questions about that? No. I wanted to give some updates on the flooding, a little bit, just that visa, just to remind people when you're coming. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. What would I say also about what's changed recently? Well, I'd say that the exchange rate has went significantly down. That was a very nice period of time that we were getting like 25,000 per dollar. Sure, went a long ways because now it's down to like 23. It seems like, yeah, that's that's something to be aware of. Although, I mean, a lot of people when you travel, you people just pay too much attention to the exchange rate. Yeah, the black market rate has traditionally been much higher for the dollar than what you get from the bank here. But I don't know. Somebody was saying, efforts of the government, which I have to laugh when I say that. The efforts of the government, that the bank rate and the actual exchange rate close to some no option that it had to like come back to what it should be. Now I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not an expert, but sure, you know, sure is nice to have that 25,000 to the dollar. And yeah, that's quite a bit when you compare it to 22, 23. You're talking like 15, 20 extra bucks per $100 that you're getting. Like, it goes a long way here. Uh, I will definitely. I'm still trying to figure out what I can do. Like, I thought I saw a foreigner post a video of them volunteering somewhere because it kind of seemed like that's what it was made out to look like. They were on the boat, and I thought, oh, maybe they're out helping. But yeah, I've never seen them. I would like to be out there helping. I don't know, like especially when it was raining and you're just seeing people. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck inside, and I'm like, my personality wanted to be out there anyway. So I was like, I may as well be out there than stuck in here, helping people that are, in a bad spot. But I couldn't find any organizations where I could just volunteer myself. I'm sure if I had, it just takes time sometimes. I'll text, and then next year will be different. Even with like the boat racing festival, I haven't even talked about that because I'm still haven't even got to that video. I have so much from August, and but the boat racing festival, yeah, way differently. But I had no idea how it worked, and so it didn't it didn't really happen. But for next year, I'll know now. You need to rent like a little spot along the river if you want to have a spot to see the races and stuff. Or yeah. Anyhow, how many times do they allow to renew digital nomad visa? It's a 1 year visa, so with 1 year visas, usually there's no limit. It's just like if you were to get a business visa or you were to get a retirement visa. Like, yeah, it's not like a tourist visa. That's a long term. A digital nomad visa is a long term visa, and long term visas they don't they don't have a restriction on how many times you can renew. Which actually, positive side of it is that you don't have to leave the country. Some other places you can't just renew in the country. Every time you do a new one, you have to leave and come back. After the first time you back, you're not going to have to leave the following year. You just renew it each year. Well, I wanted, you never know. Sometimes if I use my phone internet for trying to stream, or like this is the first time I've used it for stream, but if let's say I'm using it for like doing anything on the internet, usually like YouTube or something like that, then it will drain my data in a blink of an eye. So if I just disappear, then I hope not. But uh, what was I even saying? Anyhow, my tide. Yohan says, just watching the news now, the reporter's in Ankai. The water's a couple feet deep where he is. Yeah. It's also like really dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna go do it, I want to go help. I don't want to just be getting in this water from nothing, because that's dangerous, man. Like, who knows what's under there with it, washing up stuff and, what's that? Love your video, fund you, but I don't want you to take your money. I do. I have PayPal. I really appreciate that. Thanks for asking. So many times I mention on here on the live stream, like if anybody is generous enough to donate, please, please, please go through PayPal, because that money comes to me, which then goes straight to the Lao people. Because like everything that comes to me is right back into the Lao economy here, and mostly directly to the Lao folks I in my daily life. So, yeah, if you send it to YouTube, they take a chunk, man. They take like 30, 40, what was it? Yeah, they take like 30, 40%. It's crazy sometimes. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, people donate, and then you're like, dang, who knows? They're taking it. So, my PayPal, I'll throw it in here for anybody that makes more videos, because, yeah, as I'm able to with the funds, then I can do more interesting videos. Like, I like the everyday life videos, but there's a lot of videos that would be really cool to do. I need the funds to do it. Net is really slow there. Yeah, it's never been a problem. I mean, like, only these last two live streams, I would never tell anybody that the internet is not good enough, because it's actually quite good, especially given that it's supposed to be a third world country, and I think I get service. Here's the funny part: is that the U.S. being it's supposed to be the most developed country, but yet you have dead zones and the internet doesn't work for squat in most places. It only really works in the very few places in the cities. You get as soon as you get out, it's just terrible. So yeah, in Lao, I'm actually pretty impressed, and I have been ever since I came to Asia, because of the service in the U.S. How terrible it is, and you come out here and you can be out in these supposedly, less developed countries, but you have internet that functions well in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, the internet's not slow here at all. It really isn't. It can be just super. I mean, you just never know. That's the problem. Sometimes some spots can be reliable. I don't know how to solve that though. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I've had a friend sorted. So the visa update is, like I said, you need to pin these comments. My bad. This is killer, because it's not like that's why I put it up there, to get people to come watch the stream, but uh, it's not. It's 60 days on arrival instead of 30 until the end of 2024. That's the only It is official. When you pay for your tourist visa on arrival, you will be given 60 days. And everybody, please remember, if you are coming to Laos, prepare your dollars for that. Unless you speak Lao, like they're not like I just have been very lucky every time through immigration because when I speak Lao, they've always just treated me above and beyond. So, but when I didn't speak Lao, I first came here, I got the same treatment as everybody else, and it stunk when I didn't have dollars, and I was, you know, you just left with the ATMs there at the airport or whatever. Oh man, you're gonna get robbed over and over again like that. So prepare your dollars, prepare your photos. What's up, buddy? He's coming to tell me that it's time for us to go eat summer. It's time to go play. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the live stream. I should definitely post it earlier so we can get everybody out. You think I got something in here for you? Actually, he's right. I do got something in here for him. He gets the blood, the coagulated blood. I always wonder what's the health benefits of eating blood. Is it actually healthy? I mean, for somebody that likes to know about that type of stuff, I'm surprised I don't know how healthy and not healthy the blood is for you. Is it $40 the visa fee for single and multiple? There's no multiple entry for the tourist visa as far as I understand, but I am not a visa expert. If you'd like a contact of a visa expert, let me get you contact the visa expert, and you may send him a message. He's very prompt in his responses. I'll send you his contact right now on here on the chat. There it is. It's a really old video. That's where I have to go get it from. It's in the description of my visa video that's way back there. I'll say old video. I just put out a lot of videos in a couple of months. So, there it is. Okay, my man. Here you go. That's his Facebook and his WhatsApp number. He'll be able to answer all of your visa questions. And yeah, he is not the cheapest as far as his services go, from what I'm finding out. But he's very reliable, that's for sure. I've gotten a little bit of flack from some of the long timers here, like, oh, like you want to, you know, you can't be a little patient. You're gonna have to pay all that money. And I'm like, I didn't know. I just was offered a really quality service that didn't want my money until they got me the visa. And I'd been recommended Chris from everybody. So he gives great service. Now, I don't know if it's expensive or not because it was the first time I really done it. Now I heard from other people you could do the digital nomad visa for $400 or $500. I don't know if you can count on that person or not, but I know from so many people that Chris you can count on. So I used them, and maybe I did spend $200 more, $300. I don't know, but I will find out. And going forward, and if next year I find a cheaper option, I'll let everybody know. But for sure, Chris is great. He answers your text promptly, and feels like you can trust him. So I don't know exactly how much it is for the visa. Is it $40 or $45? I should know. But I don't exactly know. Is it airfare from Bington to Baksay for foreigners? Yeah, man. I mean, I've never seen any discrimination on foreigners versus Lao people getting a fly. You know, I'm not sure if I'm reading the question right, but yeah, like because what I'm thinking of is somebody talking about the dual pricing here. Yeah, there can be dual pricing if you're at temples and different tourist attractions. It might be a little bit more for tourists, but no, not for airfare, of course not. It's very cheap, and I'd highly recommend it because, um, yeah, probably my least favorite travel is trying to travel down south. It could be different if you have your own vehicle. It's just for me, I like taking a sleeper bus stinks. It's horrible. I hate that. It's the worst way to travel. I lose, and everybody wants to make it out to be like, oh, you save a night, you sleep on the bus, and you're there, and it's like, but I don't sleep. You get a terrible sleep on a ride that's like 10 times longer than it needs to be. Like so long, unbelievably long, horrible, horrible. So no, I just look ahead of time and you can get a flight for like 35, $40 down to Bakse. Why would I ever take that sleeper bus? It's like, I think it is like 20, $25 too. So, you pay $20 more and you fly 1 hour down to Bakse. It's a no-brainer. I wish I would have listened to people when I posted asking about traveling down south, and people said, I'd really consider flying down to Bakse or down to Siem Reap and then traveling up from there if you really want to travel around the south. So, yeah, I didn't listen. I thought, wow, let's see, I can use my Lao skills. I'll find the minivans and just minivan from place to place. Well, that did not work because the minivans only ran like specific times and once a day. And so then I just got stuck in each place I went. So yeah, take a flight, my man. Take a flight. Yeah, I would just not do it again that way. Like, have a motorcycle, have a car. The South is an amazing place. The public transportation stinks. Yeah, unfortunately. It was like that forever, and I don't know if it's still like that in the Isan, but Isan was like that forever. I didn't want to go, and many times when I was in Thailand in the past, try to travel, I was very interested in Isan. I was interested in the Lao culture and all that. That was my first introduction to being overseas, and everything was happened in the Isan. So I really wanted to travel over the Isan, but I didn't know that that's nearly impossible if you don't have a motorbike to just do it on your own because the public transportation between going north to south or south to north, it's non-existent. It's nearly impossible. And it just was on buses all day, every day. It stunk. So yeah, it reminded me of that traveling the south of Laos. It's just not great options. Uh, yeah, everything's just going like one way, just like it was in Isan back in the day. It was, we're going to Bangkok or we're coming out to the Isan. Like there's nothing going in between. You'd have little buses, but yeah, it wasn't great. Anyhow, you can ride your bike and it's a lot of fun. I'd really recommend it because the scenery is incredible. Unlike Isan, where traveling was little bit harder, a little bit more difficult because it's a plateau, and so it's just like not a lot to see. But in Laos, you're in all these mountain ranges, and it's beautiful, and you have countless spots, a viewpoint, maybe even run into some sort of park. There's even like, I know like there's between what is it, Bacadine, Laxal. There's a park right off the main road. It's got amazing adventure options, zip lining, going through these uh, bridges, these cool bridges and zip lines and paths to get to pavilions up on the karst limestone mountains. Yeah, Lao is incredible to travel, so I would recommend it. Yeah, I even enjoyed it on the little bus. I rode the little bus because it wasn't crowded, and it was a rainy day, and so it was. They had the windows open. It's still like it made it nice. No, I'll pass. I'll pass. And really, the goal is to just keep working hard so that I can. A lot of people have asked me, why don't you just get a bike? Why don't you just get a bike? Because I don't want to just get a scooter. Of course, I could just get a scooter. Let's say it how it is. I could get a scooter, but my experience with scooters here, because Lao is, it's like off-roading a lot. You know, the roads are not that great a lot of the times, and it's a lot of uphill, downhill. You're in the mountains, a lot of nature. Like my experience with the scooters is I'm not the biggest guy, but I destroy those things. Like when I'm riding them, and which is what makes me kind of understand why the rentals here are, they're not expensive, but there's no really long-term rentals like they have in Thailand or Vietnam, so it's quite expensive by the day. And yeah, I can understand they're going to have to constantly fix those motorcycles because of the terrain you're driving on here. So don't want to buy a scooter. I want to save and just get a proper CRF 250 or 300, the same ones that these adventure motorcycle shops rent to people for $50, $60 a day so that they can travel out into the countryside of Laos. That way I can get out into the countryside and I can get into the Hmong villages and the Khmer villages and speaking those languages and sharing those cultures with you guys, and out to the Banong with the rest of the Lao people out Banong, where I love to be, out in the countryside. So that's the goal. You know, we're not very close to that goal, but that is the goal, to be able to have that bike so that I can go everywhere in Laos, everywhere. Just put on. You've seen how I traveled down south. All I need is a backpack. Give me a small backpack. I throw all my gear in a small backpack. I might actually have to get a little tent as well, but that's very doable. Small little tent. And then you really don't have to worry. Like wherever I end up, I end up. And we're filming. So uh, I'm excited. Is that your PayPal account? That is my PayPal account. Yes, it is. That's my PayPal account. All that money comes directly back to here. We can use it to go do stuff like uh, that's from this channel. That's for sure. You know, it is. I do find it. I find it is very easy, but I find myself to be very lucky and blessed, and appreciate you guys so much for your support because yeah, I feel like I really just get to do what you know. I can be transparent because I just do. I am doing exactly what I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Every day. This is what we do. And donations help a lot because that means I can go, you know, eventually be able to buy a bike. I can I eventually go out into these, you know, if I want to go help in the floods, like it helps me. I can have some money to go help these people in the floods. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it. So I'd use a motocross bike, a motocross bike if I lived in Laos. Yeah, man, of course. Of course. I just think it makes sense. I have so many things of I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, every day I do feel like it's super easy for me to just film because I have a list of things like I want to see happen with the channel, and I figure if I can manifest that by being out there and doing this every day by making it a reality. Right now, I may be broke and you barely, you barely able to do what we do, but I can see that if I keep doing it, I don't know anybody else in this region of the world that can share this like I can share through my language skills, being able to share an inside look at everything going on because I'm pretty obsessed with languages. Just yeah, we got it covered now. So we'll get out there and share and keep on growing. But I want to stop by the motorcycle shop. There's the adventure shop and see maybe if I couldn't oh, they can give me a lowdown on how much it would cost to even get like a used one. Maybe they, who knows? I don't want to even say it unless I know what I'm saying exactly. Maybe they'd have a way of teaching me how I could put together a bike for a good price or something. You know what I mean? Like a used bike. That way I could get something going sooner than later. Because it really is necessary. So it's definitely necessary. And let me see what we can find, you know? All right, y'all. Hour 20. It's time for me to get some grub in me, get this video edited, and hopefully posted today. Definitely not gonna make it yet this morning, am I? But we'll get posted by the end of today. So thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate you. Speak some loud.